еще одну установку решили сделать перед тем, как поедем в гостиницу. Оказывается, можно вот этот дом посмотреть. Тоже старый. Посмотрим. Надеюсь, можно будет поснимать. Этот дом был построен в 1080 году. Ну вот, в общем-то, жила семья. Никто не профукал, не пропил, не прогулял, как в некоторых домах было. Ну, а сейчас просто сделали как, ну, как музей, чтобы люди просто посмотрели дома тех времен. Что там такое? Как будто собака стоит. Окей, where are we going, Jeffrey?
Well, they might be somebody giving us a tour.
Если будет кто-то нам тур давать, то, наверное, не снимешь особо. Мост такой большой.
Hi.
Climbing out of the wind.
Okay.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah.
Put this in the way. I think, go back and reread this. You know, there's some people really good on family genealogy.
Yeah. Wow.
Последний день, последний
It
час.
might serve your reputation to be a little more naughty to turn, you know, to close down a tavern.
Yeah. Just let me go put this away.
How'd you hear about it?
I'm just doing like a web search of things to do in the area.
So what's your time frame? The cover's like, look at that come hither look.
Yeah.
She's got a secret there. And so this goes what, 1916. And this one here, it's just how time changes. This will be 10 years before, I think. Yeah. And she's a little more conventional.
Yeah.
This one. You know, it's a representation of, okay, you used to have people who would play the game. Look at Victorian houses, some of the elements of design would be, our society's moving real. This would be the more formal parlor.
Oh, that's those Edison rolls. I have one of those.
You do?
I have one of these. I don't have the player, but I have
Right.
I have one of these.
Do you know what the song is? Do you remember?
I don't remember. No.
Well, originally it was intended as a dictaphone type,
Right.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
And but it goes
Yeah.
slow. Edison wasn't going to be patient with that. He let, you know, Berliner and RCA take care of that. Okay, so Natalie, who's here before me, has wound this up. It's a spring.
Uh-huh.
I always kick that by mistake. And I'm gonna lift this up and pull the needle out. At each 14, she's stitching that thing.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine? I can't even imagine me sticking with it that long. But she finishes in 1814. That's when the War of 1812 is ending. So it's been around for a while. Let's get some faces, because I can mention these people and go, okay, got it. Yep. But that's the way I would do. Here's Mary Jane. And that's her husband, Alfred. And the two people over in the corner over there are his parents. And if you look at the picture of the gentleman involved, it's kind of creepy. You know, you can't figure out what grabs your attention. His eyes are hand painted. They're tinted.
Oh.
Whoa! And that
Over that one over there.
those are daguerreotypes, and you can only get one copy of those. Then you get the embryotypes. You get multiple copies, and you get the carte de vie. What's happening is photography is moving forward.
Okay, sure.
So your main deal for these folks would be a rose medallion.
That's just, the whole cabinet is beautiful.
There you go. The cat Mary Jane got this from her brother Latham, who was a painter. Betsy's office here. If you look at the bookcase, you know, there's novels there. This was the master bedroom, and they did save everything. I think they should have really, come on guys, get a new rug. But when they got the house in the 1980s, when it went to the family members said, you know what, we'll contribute it, and then the Avery Cop Association took over the house. The carpets were, they were moldy, and there's a whole lot of work that has been done by volunteers to bring the house back up. Keep things up. Yeah, who's a traveler, who feels no compunction about nipping off a piece of Louis XIV's carriage. You know, just get that for.
That's cool. Looks like a giant redwood tree.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy little compartments to put her accessories on it. She might have to have multiple. Into Emily's room. Emily is Betsy's daughter. Emily will have 4 children, and unfortunately, one of them will die at D-Day on the beaches of Normandy. Joseph will write her a letter saying, you know, what can I do for you? There's always tragedy and loss, and I'll show you that in a second. But you see how that's not painted?
Right.
Well. Sewing rooms. Now, there was enough ladies in this family that they would do their own sewing, but in other houses, if that was not available to them, and you wanted, you know, curtains replaced or clothing, this is where you move from. Go ahead, feel free. You move from a dressing room to indoor plumbing. And boy, isn't that a great thing?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna ring a bell, so don't you alarm.
Okay.
That's what you would hear if they wanted you to be a servant. And they had electricity. Isn't that, just put it right on your
Здесь
skin.
была прислуга. Смотрите, как завивали волосы.
The bad things is that your days are very long. But one of the good things here is you had indoor plumbing. You had your own bathroom. There's little closets, they're just storage areas, and you know, where you're gonna put the books. And you know, they let the help read the books if they wanted. You know, here we go, here's another, where the carpet is and where it wasn't. This would be, do you see the trunk right there?
Yes.
The difference in the size.
Right.
It's huge. Well, how's she gonna get all her clothes up? Well, she might layer her clothing as she's, you know, getting on board, and then disembarking. She would, during the voyage, she would, you know, certainly take them off, but disembarking, she'd put them back on. But here, she's gonna take her job very seriously, and she did. And
Смотрите, как интересно картины раньше вешали, чтобы гвоздика не прибивать в стену. Вот так вот делал.
better in the day, and you can certainly see with the passage of time. This might be the first time she's had a room all to herself. You know, she's allowed to put, you know, religious icons on the wall, just like the Sacred Heart of Jesus, and different types of crucifixes. But she's going to have a little bit different of a bent. She's going to want to go to movies, and as we said before, she might want some cosmetics. And let's hope some heat rises for her.
Yeah. Feel so bad for her, these stairs.
Yeah. Смотрите,
the Industrial Revolution.
Машины
The
стиральные.
big machines, the printing presses and things like that. But the second portion is things that make our life easier.
Yeah.
Washing machines.
А,
You still keep your fingers out of that guy though. And then, if you saw this, what are you gonna call it?
Icebox.
This is, okay, now look at the top. You still gonna call it an ice box?
Oh no, it's a refrigerator.
Some families still call refrigerators ice boxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Here comes the modern world.
Yeah.
There's your freezer. And that is not frost free, so that's gonna really start to accumulate big time.
Yeah.
And when these were discarded, it became law that you have to take it. You know, you might have it sitting on your front lawn until whoever it was came to pick it up. You had to remove the door because children would tend to climb in here
Oh,
and
yeah.
could not get out. Telephones, okay, cool. But if you have an electric box, you better get off that if there's an electric storm coming because you could get a decent jolt. And we're so used to walking around that you forget that you have to get up very close
Yeah.
to the speaker there. You know, and the phones that we carry around in our pockets, what you can do about mathematical calculations is superior to what was available to the Apollo 13.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's how fast things go. But here we have the kitchen. It's kind of locked into, you're still doing a whole lot of manual labor. You are moving from cooking on the hearth where you would in the other room to coal. Now coal becomes available because you have railroads that are going through. And it's going to be a whole different learning curve. There's more wood in New England now than there was back in the 1830s. And you go, home building, shipbuilding, clearing of land, and just plain burning it. So, and if you live on a coastal community or places that have railroads that can ship it in, it becomes more economical. It becomes the whole idea of management. If you're doing ironing, you know, a place to keep your irons warm. And this one was Emma Potts designed that. It would come in a set of 3. When you iron, that got cool, so you just pull the handle up and put the other one. You might have the charcoal ones. There you go, put it in there, put it in there. Well, you could remove some of the racks, or you might want to put it in your, like your lingerie drawer to have it smell nice, what you're going to do. Just take a bunch
Jeffrey.
and pick out a square of fabric that suits your fancy. And this one, just put what you like in it. You see, it doesn't, there's not much odor, but I'm wondering if you microwave it, would moisten it up a bit, revive it, but I stayed for the longest time. There was a Chinese laundry down the street. Doing the wash was arduous. And if you had any dispute,
Такая приятная бабушка была. Еще нам это дала такой запах, сухие цветочки. Такая приятная. Представляете, мы все, мы вот вышли из дома, они за нами закрывают, и сезон в этом году закончился. Наверное, она такая приколистка, такая хорошенькая. Ой, мы прям с удовольствием с шефом пообщались.
I want to say that woman was like such an incredibly beautiful woman. She was so nice and like it was great to have that personal tour by her.
Yeah. Джефф тоже говорит, такая приятная, прям говорит, прекрасный человек. Прям я в восторге осталась от нее.